Hello and welcome to Achievement First's open source website. You are here at achievementfirst.org/open source. And if this is your first time here, welcome. We are glad that you are here and interested in some of the open source resources we have available. If this is your first time on our website, you're going to need to start by creating a new user registration so that you can get in. It's very simple to do with just an email address and a password, and you will be in. If we are welcoming you back to this website and you've used us before, you will need to recreate a password since we have this new and improved site to share with you. So go ahead and create yourselves a login and I'll meet you on the inside. My name's Emily. I work at Achievement First, and I wanted to just start us off in this video by explaining why it is that we as a network are open source. We, as our mission, which you can see on the bottom of the page here, is that we are going to deliver on the promise of equal educational opportunity for all of America's children. We're working to deliver on this promise for all children. That includes children in your classroom, in your school, in your network, wherever you may be. And so for that reason, we have made materials that we've created available to people through this site. Also, an important note about us here at Achievement First is that there is copyright information on the materials available here in our open source site. We are providing materials that are under one of the most liberal Creative Commons licenses, which essentially gives you permissions to use these materials as you see fit. You may take them and use them verbatim. You may modify them for the sake of your own classroom, school, or network. Ultimately, however you use these materials to the best benefit of your students is what we are after. So by now you should have created a login for yourself so that you can join me here in this open source site. Let me give you a quick overview of what is here in terms of materials. We'll go a little deeper into the instructional model in the second half of this video. One quick note is that we do have an email address for you to send us information about. If there's something that's not working on the site, if you have a major question, you can go ahead and email the address that's listed right here on the opening page. Once you're in our open source site, you'll notice that both down the left-hand side of the page and copied again here in the bulk of the page, these are the major categories of resources that we have available to you to reference. So we have materials within organizational effectiveness, school turnaround resources, special services, and things of that nature. I'll go through each of these just bit by bit, but just wanted you to know that you can access any of these through the left-hand side or also through this homepage here. We're going to wait for instructional model for the second half of this video. So our organizational effectiveness materials, once you click that, will take you into a place where you can think about the effectiveness of your organization. We do recommend you start with a self-assessment, which is a tool that will help you think about what is and is not strong at your network or school. From there, we have materials available to you on decision making, core values, strategic planning, and talent. Once again, down the left-hand side and here on the page, you'll see the same subcategories manifest. Clicking in either place will take you to the same materials that are available. For example, if I click into this culture and core values, here are just some resources that are available to you that you can use and access. If I go back to the open source homepage, it'll take me back to the major categories that I can access. I'm going to skip the instructional model for now. Here are the materials for operational model that we also have available. This is less to do with the specifics of running a school and more to think about this from a bigger picture network standpoint. Once again, we do recommend that you take this operational model self-assessment and think about what is and is not strong in your network, and that may help connect you to some materials for human capital, finance, facilities, or compliance as needed. I'm going to pause now just to say, if you are accessing our materials and you think, hey, I wonder if they have something like this, or I think it would be helpful if Achievement First made a resource on fill in the blank topic available. We do have a Google form, which is in each of these subpages that you can quickly fill out and ask us for specific materials that you would find helpful. So in our external facing models section, we have materials that are available for some of the pieces of a school or a network that are not quite as integral to running the physical schools. So this is more about communities, families, and the board. Once again, there is a self-assessment you can take to think about what is or is not strong and some materials in these subcategories that you can connect to. Our school turnaround resources section will connect you with some materials from a very specific instance, Charter Network Accelerator and others. In 2015, we did a convening around turnaround and what is going well in the world of turnaround. There are a ton of resources here that were put together from that specific convening that you can access. Once again, all of the materials that you see listed here are also listed down the left-hand side. We do also have to share with you some of the resources from our Greenfield School, which is our schools that are more focused on expeditionary learning. I recommend that if this is a place you want to go, you stop this video now and actually look at this video of the Greenfield model, which will tell you more about that. We do also offer you access to some external or partner resources from other organizations like KIPP and Brook and Engage New York. So this is a place to go if you're looking for materials that are not specific to Achievement First but are still available to you through open source. Finally, we have some materials here for special services and what you can do in terms of behavior and co-teaching and students with special needs, some of the materials we have for that. Now, some of these are still to be coming. And again, if there's not a resource, or if there's a resource you need that you don't see here, you are welcome to contact us at this link. Lastly, I want to talk about the instructional model. This is a place that you may have a lot of interest. Once again, we do have an instructional model self-assessment for you to access if that is a place you want to go. But wanted to say that all of our curriculum materials, units, daily lesson resources, program overviews for every course and content are available open source. That means you can access our daily lesson resources and use them as you see fit for your students in your school. This wouldn't be possible without the very hard work of Achievement First teaching and learning team who put together these materials, who vet them, who review them, who iterate upon them year after year to strengthen them. We're really grateful to that team for creating these resources in the first place so that they can be accessed by teachers and networks across the states. Important note is that all of our curriculum is housed in Microsoft Office 365, so it is kind of a second login and a second account to access them. There are instructions here about how to access the Curriculum Hub by creating your own Microsoft Office 365 account. You can also choose to use ours here temporarily as you're beginning and getting started. There's a hub for materials for elementary school, for middle school, and for high school. They're all housed in Office 365. I'll take us to the middle school one as an example to walk you through what is available and how to access. When you get into one of the three hubs for elementary, middle, or high, the most essential core documents are going to be on the home page. That includes the overview of the program as a whole, the scopes and sequences for our different states who have those grade levels, and other incredibly important resources that are central and pivotal across the whole year. So that are fundamentals of instructions documents at a deep level. What do we want each of these daily lessons to look like? Some model materials, etc. And then there are archives of those for previous years that are also available. You'll note that we have materials for math, science, ELA, history, and specials across middle school, for example. We are open source across contents. If you're interested in grabbing the more daily lesson resources, pick down the left-hand side a sub-content, for example, middle school literature. Once you click that, it will take you to all of the resources that are available for middle school literature that are sorted first by anything that's not specific to one unit, so that those year-long materials, and then they are listed in order. So for example, Unit 1 and all of the materials for Unit 1, they're listed accordingly. This looks a bit sparse right now because we do populate these resources as they are created or revised for following school years, which means that right now in the summer of 2018, we don't yet have the 2018-19 finalized resources for every course and content available. We build them as we go throughout the year. If you are looking to start a curriculum adoption, we recommend you stay a year behind us so that you have fully built out resources available to you. Those can be accessed by a link at the top of each of these subpages. It'll direct you to accessing previous materials. Another note that's important is that once you log into any of these subsites for a content area or grade level, everything is going to be listed all at once. If you want to sort, you can go ahead up here in the sorting section and you can pick, for example, a grade level. Very important that once you pick a grade level or any of these filters, you do actually need to click this button, Apply Filters, to populate. Otherwise, it doesn't. So make sure that you do click this Apply Filters button so that you can get into materials specific to that grade level or that unit that you're looking for. So all daily lesson resources and materials that go with that can be found through these sub pages for each of these content areas and grade levels. Then, of course, the hubs take you back to those home pages that have the most crucial information across program. But just again, if I click into math, for example, here are the units that are available to me for Unit 1, Grade 5, Grade 6, Grade 7, Grade 8, and then the lessons are also listed out in that order as well. They're all ready to go and yours for the taking and under our Creative Commons licensing, yours for using at will, verbatim, or modified or tweaked. This is just a kind of a crash course overview of what's available to you on our Achievement First open source website. We're excited to see what you will use, and hopefully you can see great change and progress in your classroom, your school, and your network as we all partner together to do the best we can for our students. Have a great day.